No. Hey, Amber. LPN, weight base. Okay.
Tuesday, isn't it?
It's Tuesday, isn't it? No, it's Wednesday. I want a bottle of water. A
What?
bottle of water. Go on now. I'm on live. You got me cutting up. All right. LPN. All right. Weight base. Okay. Cool. 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 Weight base is my absolute favorite. LVN med surge too. Oh my gosh. You said med surge. I unfortunately, sis, I don't do that. This is my baby. The math is my baby. So you'll have to go on one of my mutuals. Kevin, the boot nurse, he will help you out. Nurse Glamber, she'll help you out. Nurse Sugar, she'll help you out. Nexus Nursing, Professor D, she'll help you out. We're gonna do numbers, okay? All right, so I'm downloading my questions and we'll get ready. So I like to start off with a little bit of simple something. So if you're looking for the more difficult questions, just hold on. We'll warm up. We like to get the water warm before we get in the hot tub, okay? And then we'll get it popping. Like I said, once you come in, let me know what kind of program you're in and what is your biggest hindrance with dosage calculations. When it's asking for drops per milliliters, how do you say it? Volume over time, Aaron? Is that what you're referring to? So volume, how much the patient is getting over time. So you'll either have milliliter per hour, which is your pump, and volume, or your drops per minute, that's your gravity. Yep, yep. I've got some of those tonight. Like I said, I'm gonna start off a little slow, but we'll get there. We'll get there. All right. So boom, metric conversions. Oh, also disclaimer: I do my problems with dimensional analysis. That's just the default way that I do them because you do it the same way with dimensional analysis. If you would like me to show you a different way, you'll have to let it be known in the comments. Okay, Joshua, I started my accelerated this fall, so I just be in here. So well, soak it all in, bro. And congratulations, Merce. Student Merce. Love it. Love to see it. Come get all of this goodness, all right? So 120 mLs is how many teaspoons? So we know that 1 teaspoon is how many milliliters? Does anybody know? Yeah, I am really sweating. And don't pay attention to my hair. I'm taking it down. I'm going to be fine this weekend because Saturday's my birthday. I'm excited. Okay, how many teaspoons is, milliliters is 1 teaspoon? 1 TSP, little bit, right? It's 5. Yes, ma'am, Miss Jessica. And y'all, don't be afraid to get stuff wrong. Like I said, I would want you to get it wrong here so you can learn it here and then get it right on the test or in class because I want y'all to pass. Nurses cometh, defeat dosage 2024. Nurse C gets degrees or at least pass dosage calc, okay? Boom. All right, so what I'm going to show you is the way to set it up with dimensional analysis. You're going to be able to solve the easiest metric conversion problems to the hardest weight-based and critical drip problems with the same method. If you don't use dimensional analysis, that's cool too. We have more than one way to solve problems here, okay? That's just my favorite. That's what I use, okay? All right, so if we are looking for teaspoons, is what we start with, all right? So 1 teaspoon is 5 milliliters, okay? So then we have milliliters at the bottom. We need milliliters at the top, and they have to cross out. So that's part of the rules, right? So we're solving a puzzle. We're not doing math because a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm not good at math." Woo, blah blah blah. We're not doing math. We are simply solving a puzzle, and this is what we want to get, right? Teaspoon. All right. So boom, milliliters crosses out, and now we are left with what we're looking for, which is the teaspoon. So I'll do 120 divided by 5, and that's going to be 24 teaspoons. This problem will be useful for if your concentration was given to you in teaspoons, or if you were doing like an in and out intake and output problem, kind of like this one. That would be beneficial to know. Okay. So the patient reported that he drank 4 ounces of juice, 12 ounces of water, and 8 ounces of coffee. How many milliliters in total did this patient drink? All right, so what we need to do is go from ounces to milliliters. So we can do since all of these are in ounces, we can add all of our ounces together, and then we can convert our ounces to milliliters. So we got 4 plus 12 plus 8, right? So that is 24 ounces. So we know that we want to go to milliliters. So how many mLs is in 1 ounce? Does anybody know? And I have a little handy dandy video that kind of helps you remember it. It's a tad bit ratchet, but it works. 30. Yep. Boom. All right. So we know that we want milliliters. So what we do is what we will do is start with what we're looking for. That's what I always suggest, because people say, well, I don't know which way to start, where to go. Start with what you're looking for. So we're looking for milliliters, right? So we've got our conversion right there. So 30 milliliters is 1 ounce. So now we know that our ounces have to cross out, right? So we have 24 ounces over 1. Your ounces cross out, and now you can do the math because you just have milliliters left. Okay, so 30 times 24 is going to be 720 milliliters. How many of you know how to round? By a show of 1 in the comments. Let me know if you know how to round, or if you're confident in rounding. If you're not confident in rounding, put a 2. And nobody's looking. This is a safe space. We just can't say scared here. If you say scared here, you've got to go back out and come back in with a new attitude. Okay, so what we'll do to refresh our rounding is when we'll do our questions, we'll do some rounding practice in between with answering our questions, because a lot of the times what will happen is you'll be asked to round, and some people don't round, and then you'll get the points taken off at the end, or during HESI or ATI or whatever it is that you're using, and you'll set it up perfect, but because you didn't round, you got it wrong, which would suck, right? So we'll practice that too. So your patient is 5 feet 8 inches tall. How many centimeters is this? So we need to know how many centimeters, but we need to change this into inches. So we know that 1 foot is 12 inches, and we know that 1 inch 2.54 centimeters, right? Okay. Some people use 2.5, some people use 2.54. All right. So we need to change all of this into inches first. Okay. So what we'll do is look for inches. So we know that 12 inches is 1 foot. And then I have 5 feet, right? Over 1. So your feet cross out, and then you're left with just inches. So that's going to be 60 inches. So now I can combine all of my like terms, which are my inches. So I've got 8 inches right here, right? So I add my 8 inches and my 60, and I will have 68 inches total. So now I can go from inches to centimeters. So if I'm looking for centimeters, what do I start with? I'm going to always ask you this question, because that is my motto here. Start with what you're looking for. You set your problems up the same way, and you do them the same exact way every single time. You'll get used to it, and then it comes second nature, okay? So what are we looking for? We are looking for centimeters, right? So we'll start with what we're looking for. 2.54 centimeters is 1 inch. And we've got 68 inches over 1. So our inches crosses out, and we got what we're looking for, which is centimeters. All right. So 2.54 times 68 is 172.5 0.72 centimeters. All right, rounding check. If this asks us to round to the nearest tenths place, what would our answer be? And while y'all are thinking, y'all double tap on that screen too. Let's let the algorithm know that we're studying dosage calculations, that we're not scared of words and numbers together, that we are smart and competent student nurses and nurses in the making, okay? And dosage is not going to defeat us. Boom, boom, baby. All right, I see 172.7. 172.7. So we know the rounding rules are if it's 4 and below, then it stays the same. If it's 5 and above, then you round up to the next number. All right, and I always say to round right. So our answer was this, right? Boom. So this is your whole number, right? And this is the tenths place. Ooh, it's starting to rain outside, you guys. Where are y'all from? I'm from Alabama. All right. Y'all let me know where you're from. This is the hundredths. Okay. So if we're rounding to the tenths place, right? You're going to look right here and then you go one place to the right. So if that number is 4 and below, then the number that you're rounding, it stays the same. If this was 172.76, that number is above 5. So then it would be 172.8. All right. So if this asks us to round to the nearest whole number, okay, what would our answer be? We're rounding to the nearest whole number. What would our answer be? Okay, let's see. I'm going back to my comments while y'all are telling me. What time did this start and what time does it end? Julie Cole. It starts at 8 p.m. Central Time. It ends when we get done. And if you want to watch the replay of this and other sessions, it is on my YouTube channel, A Blessed RN. So as soon as we get done studying tonight and you want to go back and revisit some of the problems that we've done, then you can go on my YouTube channel and watch it. And other videos are already broken down. Other problems are broken down individually. So if you don't want to watch an hour and a half or however long worth of content, but you want to see some other problems broken down, they're there. So I got Arizona, Tennessee, Georgia, California, Texas, VA, all right, South Carolina, okay, everywhere, and 173. Yes, 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 yes. Awesome. All right, so boom. Akila, how you doing, sugar? Yes, we did study together and she did defeat dosage. Yes, yes, yes. So yeah, I do private tutor as well. I don't have the slots open, but if you send me an email or a DM, then we can figure out a time. I kind of shut it down because people are booking and I'm like, wait a minute. And I'm trying to work on some things for the upcoming school year. So yeah. All right. But if you do need to study, then come on, let's do it. All right. So this one, it says order Zithromax 250 mgs for a child weighing 68 pounds. The safe dose range is 5 to 20 milligrams per kilogram per dose. Available is 500 milligrams for 5 milliliter. What is the safe dose range in milligrams for this child? Okay, so we are looking for milligrams. Thank you. I appreciate it. I just started nursing summer class and I have an exam on Monday. Oh, okay. Well, hopefully you can study with me and get something accomplished this weekend for your test. What's on the test on Monday? I'm anxious to know. And how do y'all like doing your problems? Do you like doing dimensional analysis or ratio proportion or desired over half? Y'all let me know in the comments too. Minnesota, New Orleans, Gnarless. Oh my gosh. So I went to like New Orleans 2 times in the span of 2 years. I'm New Orleans out. And yeah, I'm not driving ever again in New Orleans. Okay, so what we're looking for is milligrams, right? So what a safe dose range is. All right, so that's important because sometimes you're reading these questions and you don't know what the heck they're talking about. Why are we looking for this? What does this mean? I'm just trying to figure this out. No? Is that correct? I think so, right? So what a safe dose. Hey, thank you. It came from a teacher. Thank you. Okay, all right, I'm not going to cut up. But seriously, a safe dose range is asking what is the safety net? What is the green zone that is deemed to be safe? So how much of this medicine is going to be safe? So that's what we'll find out. And we'll use this right here, right? And this is what I call a weight, well, what is called a weight-based question, because you use the weight of the patient to find this out. And so it could be an adult patient, it could be a peds patient, it could be any kind of patient who weighs something on earth, all right? So what we're going to do is, this is your order. You set this to the side. This is what we're going to use to kind of look at, okay? So once we find our safety net, we'll go back to our order and see, does that fit in the safety zone, okay? So the first thing that we're going to do is look right here, and we'll find our safe zone, okay? So what we'll do is 5 milligrams per kilogram per dose, because we are looking for milligrams, okay? So everything's got to cross out. So you see that says per dose. So anything that is like not indicated per day, per minute, per hour is going to be a dose, because this is what dosage calculations. But this says dose right there, all right? So our weight is 68 pounds, but we know that 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds. Kilograms crosses out. Then we can put our 68 pounds right here. It's not with anything in the relationship or correlation with anything. So we'll put it over 1. Anything over 1 is what? Itself, right? All right. So boom, pounds crosses out. And what are we left with? Milligrams per 1 dose. Okay. And that's what we're looking for. Oh no, you're allergic to Zithromax? My daughter is allergic to Zithromax as well, and we're supposed to be going to like do like a test, like to kind of test and make sure that she's still allergic to it, because it's been on her allergy list forever, but her allergist wants to see. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so this is what we have. Is nursing school easy? No, it is not. So why did I start with 5 milligrams? I always start with what it is that I am looking for. We are looking for milligrams. That is what it's asking us. That is your goal. Okay. So what we'll do is multiply across the top. You multiply across the bottom, and then boom, the top is divided by the bottom. So that is the lowest amount that you can give. So now we need to do the same thing with the 20 milligrams. So 20 milligrams per kilogram per dose. 1 kg is 2.2 pounds, and we're going to cross our units out as we go. So when you're using this method, and if you need me to do another method, just say so. But when you're using dimensional analysis, write your units out next to your numbers, because that is where the sauce is. That is where the magic happens. The math is going to math at the end. But what we're doing now is crossing out our units so that we get our goal, which is going to be milligrams per dose. Okay, so we'll do 20 times 68 divided by 2.2, and that's going to be 618.18. Okay, so I use proportion. Okay, cool. Yeah, we can do it another way. Yeah. And yes, you can use a calculator. You usually can use a calculator. Sometimes they have it where it's like the one that's on the computer. But you don't need a fancy calculator. See this little chunky, cute looking pink. If you haven't noticed, I love pink. Yeah, so it's just a simple calculator. It's not scientific or anything. So this is our safe zone. Okay. So anything that is less than this is not safe. Anything that is more than this is not safe. Okay. So now we can take what is ordered, which is 250 milligrams. Okay. And we can see, how does that fit? Is it in our safe zone? Oh, y'all been going ham in these comments. Hey, 103 people. Okay, y'all, let's get these likes up, because apparently y'all are in summer semester. Let's see. We can try another method. Yes, we can. And somebody said this is safe. I have a critical care dosage on Friday. Oh, yeah. And extractors. Yes. Awesome. Okay. So this is a safe dose. Does everybody understand why this is a safe dose? In my second semester for LPN. Okay, LPN, and y'all got exams on Monday. All right. Just finished my first exam, going to dosage next. All right. So if you don't understand why, you need to say so. Because like I said, this is a safe zone. We're not gonna we're not gonna call you out in front of the classroom, okay? It's not that type of deal here. It's in the middle of our two numbers, the low and the high. Exactly. Congratulations. Good job, instructor from another. Thank you, Anna Celine. I appreciate that. I'm just trying to help these nursing students out because, yeah, I like it and we need them. All right, so this is another way of how to do what I just did, because I did it with dimensional analysis. All right, and if you need to revisit it, remember you can watch the replay on my YouTube channel, A Blessed RN. So right now, this is a different way to do it. So the first thing that we would do is address the weight, because we need kilograms. Okay, so 68 pounds would be divided by 2.2 to get our kilograms, right? So 68 divided by 2.2 is 30.9 kgs. So then you would take your safe dose range, because we still need the numbers, okay? So we'll do 30.9 kgs times 5 milligrams, okay? So that's going to be 30.9 times 5 is 154.5. Okay, then you would take 30.9 kgs times 20. Okay, and that's going to be, what was that number? I don't even remember what the numbers were. 618. Okay, so then you have, and that's milligrams per dose. Okay, and it's important to look at the details, because they could be milligram per day, milligram per dose, milligram per minute. It just depends on what the question is giving you. Okay, so you have to pay attention to what it's giving you. Sorry. All right, so that was the same numbers that we just got, right? And it's cool to know different methods on how to do these, because you can like double check yourself. You know what I'm saying? Them labels mess me up. Oh goodness, labels. All right, so we have our safe dose range, right? That's the safe range. And then once you the safe zone, and then you would take your 250 and see where it lines up. So anything that's less than or more than that would be unsafe. So that's how you would do it if you did it a different way. Okay, we have to do it the dimensional analysis way. Cool, I like dimensional analysis, but this I guess would be a different way that you can do it with just converting your weight and then multiplying your weight times your safe dose. Okay, so it's 105. So 1305, you started your patient's IV antibiotic of drug in 500 milligrams and 100 mLs. Okay, the IV pump is infusing at 200 milliliters per hour using military time. What time will this infusion be complete? I like your way, but when I do it that way, the weight is off. Yeah, that's why I like doing it with dimensional analysis. Even like with weight-based problems, a lot of people like to prematurely change the weight from pounds to kilograms. But what if you don't round or convert right? What if you multiply it instead of dividing it by 2.2? What if you don't add enough decimals? You know what I'm saying? So my theory is the less steps that you take, the less mistakes that you make. So yeah. Hey, hello. I had my dosage exam yesterday and passed with a 96. Yes. I know who you are. You're welcome. You're very welcome. Awesome. I love it. Congratulations. All right. So what we're looking for here is going to be time. So when you look for time, your unit of measure is going to be hours, because when you get a whole number, The whole number is going to be the hours. The decimals, the numbers behind that are going to be your minutes. And you're going to be able to find your minutes. I passed today too. Thank God. Congratulations. Love it. I love to see it. Love it. Yes. Come on. Nurses cometh. Defeat dosage 2024, y'all. Okay. So what we're looking for is hours. So it tells us that we have an antibiotic that's in 100 mLs. So with antibiotics, you're looking for volume and time. Are you looking for a milligram? No. Are you looking for a microgram? No. Are you looking for a gram? No. So fluff, okay? Fluff, 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 fluff. So we know that we have 100 milliliters and it's infusing at 200 milliliters per hour. So what am I going to start with? I'm going to start with my hour because that is what I am looking for. So notice that we have puzzle pieces, right? Because we're not doing math. We're not going to call it math because math intimidates people. So we'll just do puzzles. So this piece right here has hours in it. And don't, when you solve a puzzle, you have to kind of flip it and manipulate it to fit to how you want it to fit. So we want our hour on the top. So we can flip that to put our hour at the top. It's still going to be the same puzzle piece. You just moved it around a little bit. Does that make sense? Okay. So we're looking for hours. So now we've got milliliter at the bottom. We need milliliter at the top. So what we'll do is put this puzzle piece, our 100 milliliters. Okay, boom, cross it out. And now you're left with hours, which is what you were looking for. So we'll do 100 divided by 200, which is going to be 0.5 hours. Right? So that is 0 hours in 0.5 hour minutes, right? So we need to find this in minute format. So you take everything behind the decimal and you multiply that times 60 because there are 60 minutes in an hour. So 0.5 times 60, and that's going to be 30 minutes, right? So if you are starting at 13:05, which is 1:05 in the afternoon, and we add, so this is your hour side, this is your minute side, right? And you add 30 minutes to that, that's going to be 13:35. So your end time is going to be 1:35 in the afternoon. Okay? Does that make sense? Thank you, Jazz and my minis, for the heart. Yeah, okay. All right, y'all. Wow, this made so much sense. I'm glad because it don't have to be hard. I need to pass my second attempt. Okay, yes, awesome. You got this. You haven't gotten this far yet. Somebody said new follower. I'm so far. I'm so weak. Okay, so why was the 500? So the 500 was not, hold on, the 500 milligrams. That is milligrams, okay? So basically what they're saying is you have a IV bag, right? And in that IV bag is 100 mLs of fluid. And in that fluid floating around is 500 little particles of drug N. We're not looking for how much to give them, a gram, a microgram, a milligram, or anything like that. When you're doing your IV problems, your units of measurement or what you're trying to find out is how much volume, so how much fluid to give over how long, so time. So milliliter, liter, those are your units that you're going to be concentrating on when it's asking for like IV time like this, okay? All right. All right. Okay, let's see. What's this? Potassium. 120 milliequivalents in 500 milliliters, infused at 20 milliequivalents per hour. What will the nurse program the infusion pumps in milliliters per hour? Okay, so a lot of people freak the flick flag nabbit out when something changes from a gram or a milligram and it goes to a milliequivalent or a unit. It is just a unit of measure. As long as your units match up and they're the same, you do it the exact same way. Okay, so what is our goal? That's the first thing that we do after we read the question. What is this question asking me? You give it no less and you give it no more. So what are we looking for? Milliliter per hour. That's what our puzzle piece needs to come out to, right? All right. Hey, Pre. Yeah, you caught the live. Yeah. What's up? All right. So we have 100. Okay, so this goes together, right? So 120 MEQs is in 500 milliliters, right? And we need it to go at a rate of 20 milliequivalents per hour. So if we are looking for milliliters, what are we starting with? Milliliters, okay? This puzzle piece right here has your milliliters in it, right? So let's start it. So remember, we can flip it. You can't separate it and you can't use it more than once. So just like a puzzle piece, right? Just like a box of puzzle pieces. You can only use that puzzle piece one time, but you can turn it around and you can flip it to how you need it to fit, all right? So 500 mLs is 120 milliequivalents, okay? Now we've got milliequivalents on the bottom. We need milliequivalents on the top. So we'll use this puzzle piece right here. 20 MEQs per hour. Your MEQs, milliequivalents, whatever you want to call them, are crossed out. And what are you left with? The goal, which is milliliter on the top and hours on the bottom. And that's it. That's it. Now we can finally do some math, because I know you can add, you can subtract, you can divide, and then you can multiply. That's all you need. So 500 times 20 divided by 120 is going to be 83.33333 repeating. So if this, okay, rounding time. If this asks us to round to the nearest whole number, what would our answer be? Okay. 83. Yes. Come on, Nurse Wayanda. And yes, she put the milliliter per hour. So yes, we will put our units on the end. So just in case they want to be petty and mark it off. Okay. Does this make sense how we did this one? I'm telling you, I did not like dimensional analysis when I was in school. I was a pharmacy technician before I was an LPN. So I was an LPN before I was RN BSN, right? So I didn't like dimensional analysis when I was in school. It was confusing to me and it seemed like it was long. But once I learned how to actually do it and do it right, and it made so much sense, because you can do just like we did those metric conversions, and now we're getting into the harder stuff. You see, I'm doing it the exact same way every single time. I have not changed my course of action. What I've done was found my goal, put my puzzle pieces to the side, write the stuff that you need, okay? Write it to the side, because when you're going back and forth and trying to look at what you need to, get out of the question, it can be confusing. So write your puzzle pieces, relationships, whatever, to the side, and then just fit it in, cross your units out. Once you cross your units out and you get what your goal is, whatever it's asking for, stop. And then that's when you do your math. All right. So this one is magnesium sulfate IV drip. At 2 grams an hour for pregnancy-induced hypertension, right? The medication is supplied in magnesium sulfate 25 grams per 500 mLs of D5W. Calculate the flow rate in milliliters per hour. She already don't start with milliliters. Exactly. You're picking up what I am trying to drop down, right? So we know that this part right here, like when you see like the type of diluent it's in, that don't matter either. Like it matters when you're on the floor, not when we're trying to solve this, okay? So what we have is our order for 2 grams an hour. And then what do we have our medicine supplied in? This is what's called a concentration, right? So 25 grams in 500 milliliters, okay? If we're looking for milliliters, Sia or Saya, I don't want to say it wrong, so let me know how you say it in the comments. Said we're going to start with milliliters. So this puzzle piece right here has your milliliters in it. All right, so 500 mLs over 25 grams. All right, I've got grams at the bottom, so I need grams at the top. So this puzzle piece has my grams in it, right? So 2 grams per hour. My grams cross out, and what am I left with? Milliliter per hour. Okay, Saya. Okay, I got it. So let's see, 500 times 2 divided by 25, and that's going to be 40 milliliters per hour. And somebody was saying your desire over your half would be your 2 grams is desired, and you have 25 grams times your 500 milliliter vehicle. Boom. And that will give you the same thing, 40 mLs per hour. Okay. I love this stuff, and I'm not even an RN. I'm a student in pharm. Okay. Yes, I like it too. I was a pharmacy technician, certified pharmacy technician before I was a nurse. So I guess this is why I'm so good at it. And I like it a lot. It helped a lot with pharmacology in school. That was my saving grace, because had I not seen a lot of those drugs and like counted them and, you know, had to input and do the sick codes, it would have been difficult for me. But I was thankful for that career choice. All right, so drug X, 200 milligrams by mouth twice a day, available 400 milligram tablets. How many tablets would be given per day? Okay, so our goal is what? Tablets per day, right? So we want tablets to be on the top and day to be on the bottom. Hey, my love, that's my KK in the comments. All right, so we are looking for tablets on the top and days on the bottom. So we know what's ordered is 200 milligrams, and that is 1 dose, okay? And then this is what's called the frequency, okay? Anytime that you see day that you're looking for something, that means you're going to have to use the frequency, because the frequency is how many times in that day are you going to give a dose, okay? So we know that in one day, there are 2 doses, because BID means twice a day. We have 400 milligrams in 1 tablet, okay? And we are looking for a tablet, so guess what I'm starting with? What it is that I'm looking for, okay? So 1 tablet, it goes over 400 milligrams. I got milligrams at the bottom. I need milligrams at the top, right? So I use that. So now we'll do 200 milligrams over 1 dose. Milligrams crosses out. Now I've got dose at the bottom. I need day. So I need to go ahead and use this one now, right? So 2 doses, sorry, is in 1 day. All right. Boom, boom. So now I have tablet per day. Do you see how that works? It don't have to be difficult. It does not have to be difficult. We're just solving puzzles, okay? Oh, I don't think I told y'all what I'm doing, because and that's 1 tablet per day, okay? So what I am doing, you see, I don't write my multiplication on the top and on the bottom, and then divide the top by the bottom. So what I do is I keep it in my calculator. So my motto is, the more steps you take, the more mistakes you are likely to make. Okay, so what we're going to do is put all your numbers in across the top, right? So you'll do, I don't put the ones in because they don't make a difference. So I'll do 200 times 2, right? So once I get to the end at that top line, I hit divide. And then all my numbers are going in at the bottom and I'm hitting divide in between those. So 400. And like I said, I don't do ones because they don't make a difference. And once I get to the end of the bottom line, I hit the equal sign one time. And that's going to give me my answer. This is going to come in good handy because when you have like the weight-based problems with your micrograms that's being converted to your milligrams, which I have I had 10 problems, but we got a lot of people on the night, so I think this study session might last a while. So I was just coming on because I was like, I didn't come on Sunday. I worked Sunday. I still work in a hospital. I am an RN. And I was just trying to come on real quick, but hey, we're here now. Let's get it. So yeah. Once you do those can get like to the millions and you have all those zeros and all of those numbers. So what if you wrote that down, but you didn't put it back in the calculator the right way? And by show of hands, how many of you are depending on 90% passing, 100% passing, 95%? You only get 1, 2, or 3 tries. So you need all of your points the first time, okay? So that is a way to not mess it up. Keep it in the calculator. Okay, boom, 2 tries. See, yeah. Hey, Glenda. Yes, Miss Glenda. Miss Glenda been rocking with me for a while. Awesome. It's good to see you. Oh, I'm so excited. I need an 80, Lord Jesus. 90. Sheesh. That's what's up. You can do it. You can do it. You've got to have some confidence. You can do this. This is just words and numbers, okay? We're going to do it. All right, so there is 800 mLs left in the bag, which is infusing at 75 milliliters per hour. I'm glad you found this too, chocolate nurse. All right, how long will it take to complete the infusion? So for other people to help find, y'all double tap that. Double tap it, double tap it, double tap it, double tap it. So we are looking for how long this will take, right? And if the current time at which the bag is assessed, big word, is 8:05, right? What time will the infusion be complete? So we're going to find 2 things. How long it's going to take for this infusion to be completed, and then what time will it end, okay? All right, so we are looking for, what's our goal? We are looking for time, right? So remember, our goal is going to be hour. All right, so we have 800 milliliters that's left in the bag. So that's a puzzle piece. And it's by itself. It's not 800 milliliters per anything. It's just by itself. It's single. All right, Khadijah. Or Regine, or whoever else, Maxine, whoever else was on Living Single, okay? And I think I'm telling my age. Oh my gosh, y'all, I'm gonna be 36 on Saturday. And life, I don't know. I got like some gray hairs, and I'm realizing my mortality. It's coming fast, okay? So listen, we're looking for hours. So what do we start with? Hours, right? So boom, hour over 75 ml, okay? We got milliliter at the bottom. We got milliliter that needs to go at the top, right? So 800 mLs over 1 milliliters crosses out, and you're left with what you're looking for. Stop. Don't pass go. Just go ahead and do the math, okay? So 800 divided by 75 is 10.6666. Repeating, right? Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the happy early birthday wishes. 36 is young. I think so. But some people, I don't know. They said 30s is the new 20s and all that. I don't know. I just don't know. Anywho, so this is hours, right? So boom, this part, the whole number is going to be your hours, remember? And the numbers behind the decimal are going to be your minutes. So what we'll do is take the numbers behind the decimal and we'll figure out how many minutes that is, okay? So 0.66 times 60 is going to be 39.6. So that's 40 minutes, right? So it takes 10 hours and 40 minutes. So if we start at 08:05 in the morning and we add 10 hours and 40 minutes. So boom, this is your minute side. This is your hour side, right? So 45 on your minute side and then 18. So 18:45 will be your end time. Okay, let me see what y'all saying. Boom, boom. Yep. Everybody kind of good on this one? Yeah. How did you get 10 hours? So I divided 800 by 75 and this is what I got. And so the whole number is your hours and the numbers behind the decimal are your minutes. I took the number behind the decimal and multiplied that, including the decimal, times 60 and got my minutes. So that's 10 hours and 40 minutes. Yeah, they usually let you use calculators during the test. I don't think they let you use like fancy calculators, but you don't need that. You just need something that's going to do addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Why do you multiply 0.66 times 60? Because there are 60 minutes in an hour. So we know that, okay, I don't know if I can explain this mathematically, but I'll try. All right, so if you had, okay, so you got 1 hour is 60. Let me see. How can I do this? Let's see. How can I set it up to say what it is that I want to say? God dog it. Come back. All right. So kind of like use, because this is based off of 0, 100. So if you got... So that's 0.66, right? And if you have 60 minutes in an hour, that's going to give you kind of how many minutes it is, right? So if you did 66 times 60, that's going to be this times 100x, right? So divide that by 100 and x is going to be 39.6. So you kind of see that, it's based on a system of 100, right? So with your decimals, so we need to know the whole number. So the whole hour is 60 minutes. It's not 100 minutes, it's 60. So that's why you take your decimal and you multiply that times 60 to get your minutes. Okay. All right. See, now you made me think. Because I'm like, how can I explain this? All right, you're welcome. Okay, so yeah, it's some mathematical know-how behind it, right? Okay, so drug V, 150 mgs by mouth, because that's what PO is, 3 times a day is ordered for a child weighing 14 kilograms. The recommended safe dose range is 8.8 to 10.2 milligrams per kilogram per dose, divided in three equal doses. What is the recommended safe dose, and is the ordered dose safe to give? Okay, so remember, we did one like this earlier in this session. So if you haven't been here, then here's another chance to work this one out. You're welcome, Miss Glenda. You're welcome. Y'all are so welcome. I love y'all. I just want y'all to do good, and I don't want dosage calculations to be what takes y'all out, because that's really messed up. That you pay all this tuition, you're sacrificing with your family and your jobs, and you're trying to be, something better in life. You're trying to help people. So I just want y'all to get there too, Miss Glenda, I'm working on it. I am actively working on it. I promise you I am. You have bullied me into a e-workbook. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. But if y'all are looking for resources, okay, so pause. Since y'all got me talking about resources, I have a website. That's my tutoring website. But I'm working on putting up free resources. So if you want some practice problems, like some step-by-step study sheets, or like your cheat sheets too, then go to www.abrntutoring.com/resources. It'll ask you for your email, and then you'll have a access to all of the sheets that I post. And that's why I say I am working on actively coming up with some more practice problems. I'm working on my e-workbook. I'm working on a workshop for August for when school starts back, so we can all get on one accord. I'm working. I swear I am. So yeah. Hey, I'm new here. Apply. Okay. Oh my gosh, it went fast. How often do I go live? I go live on Wednesdays and Sunday nights. Now I might skip a couple because my summer schedule has been crazy. So what I also do is I have my own business. I have a non-emergency medical transportation business where we have wheelchair vans, and me and my family we run it. And so I do that during the week as well as work 2 days as a orthopedic orthopedic med surg nurse. So my schedule is kind of a little frantic, and I'm trying to work on y'all's resources. So if I come on at a different time, then forgive me. But usually Sunday nights and Wednesday nights, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, not Eastern. Oh my God, Central. I'm in Alabama. Sorry, or 8 p.m. Central time. And if you miss it or come in late, then you can look at the replay. So if you are not following my YouTube, I implore you to. You can go and visit previous sessions that I've done. And then there are also problems that are broken down just in individualized playlists like desired over half, ratio, proportion, and dimensional analysis. Okay. And then I post questions during the week on my YouTube and my Facebook. So you can get some practice in. So yeah, y'all are welcome. Yes, 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 yes. Tell your cohort, tell your friend, tell your grandma, tell everybody. Y'all double tap. Okay, so back to this one, the safe dose range, right? And my phone's going off. Okay, y'all just on the website. Okay, cool. All right, so we're looking for the safe zone. So remember, that's the first thing that we do, right? Is look for the safe zone. So that's going to be this part. So listen, it says that this is 8.8 to 10.2 milligrams per kilogram per dose. And then those have to be given in 3 doses, right? So this is going to be how many per milligrams per dose. So what we're looking for is the safe zone. So 8.8 milligram per kilogram per dose. And that is a 14 kilogram weighing patient. And so then that's it. All it is milligram per dose. You don't have to do a conversion because the weight's already converted for you. So 8.8 times 14, and that's going to be 123.2 milligrams per dose. And then we're going to do the same thing with the 10.2 milligram.
Yo,
I'm on
my
live.
bad.
Can I call you back, please?
Yeah, my bad.
All right. All right. So boom, 10.2 kgs per dose times 14 kgs over 1 kg crosses out. Milligrams per dose is left. So 10.2 times 14. That don't look like a 14, but you know what it is. 142.8. All right. Milligrams per dose. So what is our safe zone? 123.2 to 142.8, and that's milligrams per dose, right? So this is the safe zone. So this is safe. So what we will do is now, because we're detectives, we went from being nurses to being police, right? Boom. Because you know we wear 50 million hats in the hospital anyway. I digress. All right, so boom. 150 milligrams is what's ordered. That's one dose, right? So 150 mgs. So what is our dose? Is it safe or not? Brianna, it looks so easy when you do it. You can make it easy too. Come on. You can do it too. Somebody I tutored, she was like, not me doing the math. Yes, you can do the math too, right? So Anything that is less than 123.2 and anything that is more than 142.8 is not safe. So what is 150? It's not safe. Can we use a calculator? Yeah, you can use a calculator because I'm using my calculator. You use your calculator too. That's way over it. Yep. Not safe. Okay, so y'all get it. Okay. That's all the 10 questions that I have. But I got a feeling somebody's gonna say do another one or do something else. So I'm going to pull up weight base because I really did do a lot of those tonight. But I like weight base and they're my favorite. And yeah. 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 See, I knew it. Take me a swig of my Sprite. You're not late. You didn't miss it. We're still studying. It's 8:59. I'll go to 9:30. Because as you can see, I'm in the middle of my hair takedown. I'm getting me a cute little bust down tomorrow. I'm going to post my pictures on Saturday for my birthday. And y'all got to like them and say, hey, this is this lady who taught me how to do math, okay? All right. Deal. Can you do a reconstitute one? Yeah. Can we do a drop next Wednesday? Will this recording be on YouTube? Yes, it is. It's on YouTube now. And once we get done studying, because sometimes we chit chat and all that stuff afterwards. I used to have an official nurse chat, but we chat anywho. But once we get done studying, I'll cut it off and it'll be available. And yes, we can do a reconstitution and we can do some drops per minute. All right. Boom. So amoxicillin, 125 milligrams per kilogram per day, IV twice a day is ordered for respiratory infection. You have amoxicillin, 125 milligrams per 5 mLs. The child's weight is 11.8 kgs. How many milligrams per dose will the child receive? How many milligrams per day will the child receive? How many milliliters per dose will you draw from the vial? Okay, my YouTube channel is the same as my name here, a blessed RN. It's the same on Instagram. Well, nope, it's not the same on Instagram. It's a.blessed.rn on Instagram because somebody already had it. But and then on Facebook is a blessed RN. So if YouTube goes away, I am on all other social media networks or platforms. All right, so we got 3 different questions here, right? So let's do A. So what is our goal on question A? It is milligrams per dose, okay? So I want to have milligrams on the top and dose on the bottom, okay? So in our weight-based questions, we want to know the 3 P's. The patient's weight, so PPP. Not the loan during COVID that I wish I would have had my business up and running and taken advantage of. But patient's weight, your prescription, and your product. Okay? So the patient's weight is 11.8 kgs and it's already in kilograms. Our prescription is 125 milligrams per kilogram per day. Okay? So note that is the amount for the whole day. Okay? So we have to give that twice a day. So in one day, there are 2 doses. Okay. Now our product is 125 milligrams per 5 milliliters. All right. So what are we looking for? We are looking for how many milligrams per dose. So this is where people will get confused. Well, which part do I use for this? All right. So look at our puzzle pieces, right? So we know we're going to need the weight. We're going to need that prescription, right? So listen, on the product, we've got 125 milligrams per 5 milliliter. Is it asking us how many milliliters are we going to give this patient? No. We're trying to figure out how many milligrams in a dose we are giving the patient. So on this part, that is going to be fluff. Okay, that's how you pick out fluff. You use your goal, what it's asking you for. You look at your puzzle pieces and then you see what it is that you have. If it's not asking you for that, don't use it. Makes sense? All right. So we'll start with what we're looking for, which is milligrams. So this piece right here, 125 milligrams per kg per day. All right. I need to get rid of day and kgs at the bottom because I got milligram at the top. I need dose, right? So I'll do my 11.8 kilograms over 1. My kilograms crosses out. Now I've got day at the bottom. I need dose. So I know that in 1 day, because it says BID, so that's 2 doses in 1 day. There are 2 doses, right? Now my days crosses out, and this is going to be milligram per dose. You see how we did that? That's a lot of people's trip up right there. On what do I use? Day? Do I use dose? What do I use? That's how you use it. You line up your units and you go for what it's telling you to do. All right, boom. 125 times 11.8 divided by 2. So that's going to be 737.5 milligrams per dose. Okay, so now you can see the difference on part B on how many milligrams per day, right? So, and remember, you're like, wait, it went away. You can look at the replay. It'll be on YouTube. I promise you. All right, so goal is milligram per day, right? So we're still not asking about a milliliter. So this part is still going to be fluff in this answer, right? So we'll start with our milligrams because we always start with what we're looking for. 125 milligrams per kilogram per day. Now I've got milligram on the top and days on the bottom, but I got to get rid of this right here, right? This kg. So I'll do my 11.8 kilograms over 1. My kilograms crosses out and I'm left with what it is that I'm looking for. So now I'll do the math. 125 times 11.8, which is 1475 milligrams per day. And it's trying to say that I am inactive. Hold on. Come on, thing. Okay, here we go. All right. So now the last question is, how many milliliters per dose will you draw from the vial? So this is asking us for milliliters this time, isn't it? So then we can include our puzzle piece that has milliliters in it. All right. So our goal is milliliter per dose. So I'm going to start with my milliliter, right? Finally, I found y'all. I can't stay on with y'all tonight. I'm prepping for my first med-surg test. Oh, yes, med-surg. Y'all know that's my love. I love med-surg. I am a med-surg nurse. I work on the orthopedic floor. It is med-surg. It's mostly orthopedic patients, but we do get medical surgical patients as well. And I can't stand when people get on this internet. Oh, med-surg, med-surg, med-surg. Oh, you should do ICU, ED, blah, 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 blah. You still need as much knowledge on med-surg as you do on these other ones. So, all right, I'm done. Okay, I'm done. All right, milliliter. We'll start with 5 mLs, 125 milligrams, all right? All right, so now we got milligrams at the bottom. We need milligrams at the top. So we'll use this puzzle piece. 125 mgs per kg per day. Milligrams crosses out. Boom. Now we've got our kilograms. 11.8 kgs over 1. Your kgs crosses out. Now we got day on the bottom. We need dose, right? So we'll do this one. 1 day is 2 doses. And now your days crosses out and you're left with milliliter per dose. So 5 times 125 times 11.8 divided by 125 divided by 2. So that's going to be 29.5 mLs per dose. All right, rounding. If this asked us to round to the nearest whole number, what will our answer be? You forgot to include the 2 doses in the previous part. In the previous part, it was asking for milligrams per day. So I didn't put it in that one because we needed milligram per day. Let's see. You're welcome. I passed my first dosage pre-semester test to stay in the program. Yay! Congratulations, Miss Ashley. I was so proud. I killed it. I heard you in my head. And I got 100. Yes, that's what's up. Oh my gosh, there's so many people have come on tonight passing their tests. Oh my gosh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. 1 pre-semester test down, 3 more to go. You got it. What was the answer for B again? Manuel Medina. You'll have to look on the replay because I forgot. It's gone. Let's see. I'm so nervous. I have my last dosage exam tomorrow. I hope you do well. I pray you do well. And y'all, my name says it, a blessed RN. I do, believe in Jesus. And I do pray for all of my patients. Well, not my patients. I do pray for my patients, but I pray for the nursing students who are coming on my live and that I encounter too. So at the end, after we get done studying the chit chat, if you want to stay for it, you can. But yeah, it's a lot of people on tonight. Yes, it is a lot of people on tonight. I'm kind of nervous. Like, it was more than this. Like, where y'all come from? But hey, at the same time. So yeah. Yeah. So, okay, if this was rounded to the nearest whole number, what is our answer going to be? Because we like to do our rounding checks. She said, yes, I love that. Me too. Hey. How you doing? So, yes, 30. Okay. Do y'all want to do another weight base, or do y'all want to do a drops per minute one? Somebody had asked me something else. What is it? What did she say? What did she say? She said something. I can't remember what it was. Oh, Reconstitution. Yeah. But I'm going to tell y'all how to never ever get a Reconstitution question wrong ever again in life. You getting ready for this NCLEX. Okay. Come on, NCLEX. Okay, so we got a drops per minute and Reconstitution. Mimi Panini, don't you start with me tonight, ma'am. How are you? Why don't you have a med-surg teaching day? Because that is not my jam, boo-boo. This is my baby. The numbers, the med math. And it's a lot to do this. That's what I was telling people earlier. Like, I've been trying to keep to my schedule to come on, but I've been working on things. I'm working on things. And it's a lot. So, yeah. Yeah. Let me stop. Yes, let you stop. Don't you start tonight. Come in here all late and want to start. Yeah, that's you. Let's see. What is it saying? All right. So, for Reconstitution. So, what is Reconstitution? Please go over acid and base. Oh my gosh. Ma'am. Oh my goodness. All right. So, listen. For Reconstitution, right? Reconstitution is just taking a powder and you're adding a liquid to it. So that's going to be your diluent, right? And you're going to shake it and you're going to make it a liquid again so that it is able to be given to your patient. So look at me and you listen to me carefully. You concentrate on the concentration. That's how you solve Reconstitution problems. Don't look at how much you add to it unless it's one of those crazy questions where it breaks down and says, what kind of diluent do you add to it? How much will you add to it? At the end of the day, you want the concentration. So concentrate on the concentration. Not how much is added, not how much is in the bottle, not how much your mama gonna give. Reconstitution is concentrating on the concentration. I don't said it. Now, you get it wrong from here on, then that's on you, because I don't told you the secret. All right. So let's look at the problem. All right. Boom. Drug T, 0.203 grams IM every 8 hours. Available is drug T, 1 grams. Directions for mixing. Add 3 milliliters of sterile water or normal saline for injection to make 3.7 milliliters. In parentheses is the concentration. 270 mgs per ml. All right. How many milliliters per dose will you give? All right. So, what is our goal? Our goal is milliliter per dose, right? So, what are our puzzle pieces? So, what is the ordered amount? 0.203 grams is in 1 dose, okay? And then we don't need the frequency because this is not asking about how much we're going to give in a day, right? Remember I said if it's asking anything about a day, that's when you consult the frequency. So this is going to be fluff, all right? So what else is going to be fluff? This is fluff. This is fluff. This is fluff. We want to use that because that is the concentration. So 270 mgs per milliliter. Okay. So now if we're looking for milliliter, we need to start with milliliter. So this puzzle piece, right? Milliliter over 270 milligrams. Now I've got grams right here. I don't have milligrams. I can't put a gram on top of a milligram and expect for it to cancel out because that's the difference by a factor of 1,000, right? So we know that we'll do milligram on the top and grams on the bottom. So 1,000 milligrams is 1 gram. My milligrams cross out now. Now I can get this puzzle piece with my gram in it. 0.203 grams is 1 dose, right? Now my grams crosses out and I'm left with milliliter per dose. That's it. That's it. 1,000 times 0.203 divided by 270. And that is going to be 0.75 milliliters per dose. Yep. Mimi, don't start with me because when I turn up, I turn all the way up. And then y'all look at me like I'm crazy because I can go there. All right. You just trying to start something. You made this look so easy. It is. You got it now. You will never, ever, ever in the ever miss a reconstitution problem again because you concentrate on the milligrams per milliliter, the grams per milliliter, the units per milliliter, the milli equivalents per milliliter, the butter butts per butter butts. Okay. That's all that you use. I gave you the sauce. Now you got to go cook. All right. And then you report back and let me know how it goes. All right. That's how it goes. All right. All right. All right. Cool. Okay. So I did a reconstitution problem. I think I got to do just what that look like. Yeah, that was easy peasy. All right. So let's do our drops per minute. Oh, buddy. And then I got to finish taking my hair down and all that. Desired over half always works for me and it's easier and shorter. Asia, I'm glad that it's easier and shorter for you. How does that work out when you do your weight base? I'm going to do a drops per minute one, and then I'm going to do a heparin one, and then I'm going to go to bed. How about that? Well, I'm not going to go to bed. I'm going to finish my hair so that I can go to bed, and then I can get up in the morning and look like somebody. All right, for my birthday, I'm so excited. Oh, can't wait to go get this massage. on my birthday because I need it. I'm trying to look for a hard one with these drops per minute. Ooh, that's got some words in it. Y'all don't like words and numbers. I think I'll choose it because, yeah, we need to have the exposure to the words and the numbers. And yeah. Okay, here we go. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, here we go. Boom. So, order. Rostefin, 1.5 grams IV piggyback every 12 hours. A 100 milliliter IV mini bag containing the ordered Rostefin is sent to the floor and the label states to infuse over 45 minutes. The drop factor is 20 drops per milliliter. How many drops per minute will you administer? All right, so there y'all go. Let's do it. What's the answer? No, I ain't gonna do it like that. Okay, seriously. So, are we looking for a gram? Are we looking for a milligram? Are we looking for a microgram? No, we're looking for volume over time. How much to give over how long, right? So, our goal is to get drops on the top and minutes on the bottom, right? So, this part, and who knows what that is, it don't even matter. That part, this part is fluff, okay? That was a frequency. That was the grams on there. And it says that your mini bag has the Rostefin in it. And it says that it's 100 milliliters and it's to be infused over 45 minutes. So that is what? Your volume. So 100 milliliter over 45 minutes. And then your drop factor is going to be 20 drops per ml. Show of hands. Who knows what a drop factor is? Because what? What is a drop factor? Y'all know what a drop factor is? Because I believe in breaking down these problems so you know what the heck that you're doing and why we're using a drop factor. What is a drop factor? Why is it important? Like, why is this in the problem? So, a drop factor is the amount of drops in that chamber. You know, when you squeeze it and it drops down. Mimi, stop. Right? How many drops does it take to give 1 milliliter of the solution or the fluid? That's all that a drop factor is. How many drops it takes to give 1 milliliter. So that's why it's drop per milliliter. Yep. All right. Boom. So we're looking for drops. I'll start with my drops. So 20 drops per ml. All right. And then we've got milliliter on the bottom. I need my milliliter at the top. So 100 mLs over 45 minutes. Milliliters cross out. I've got drops per minute. That's it. Me, panini. You be cutting up. You be cutting up and it don't make any sense. All right. So we got 44.44444. So with your drop factor questions, right? I ain't never went to the kitchen and seen 0.444 of a drop. So that means that you have to round it to the nearest whole number. So y'all who have put 44 drops per minute in the comments have it absolutely positively right. They are always whole numbers. Yes. Okay. And for the final question of the night, let's do a heparin one. Heparin. Boom. This is Mimi's favorite. I know it. All right. So, oh, it went away. Here we go. Your patient has an order to receive a heparin bolus of 3,500 units, followed by a continuous IV drip of 19 units per kilogram per hour. Your patient weighs 252 pounds. You have a heparin vial labeled heparin 2,000 units per milliliter. What will you give your patient for the initial bolus? And what will you set your IV pump at for a continuous drip if your 1,000 milliliter bag is labeled 40,000 units of heparin. Okay, so it's a two-part question. So the first part is trying to figure out what you're giving for the bolus. The second part is you're going to find out what you're giving for the drip. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about heparin. Y'all always ask about pharmacology and med-surg and all this and all this. Let's talk about it. So what are we giving heparin for? What are we giving heparin for? Well, what is heparin? What is heparin? What is heparin? What kind of drug is it? She said, Asia, you said it just works easier for me. I get so confused with DA. I understand. It's not for everybody. Some people get it like after not using it, and then some people do. So it's just whatever gets you through, baby. Whatever gets you through to the next part. All right, it's a blood thinner, anticoagulant, right? So we give this to patients who have AFib, new on cases of AFib, who've got DVTs, PEs, after having a heart attack. You can die from a dysrhythmia after having a heart attack versus whatever it is that you thought in your mind, right? Because the heart is not going to pump right if the muscle is messed up, right? So if the heart is up there not doing lub dub, but Harlem shaking up in that thing, the blood is not flowing. It's not pumping right, right? So when the blood don't flow and pump right, it clots. So therefore, that's why you put your patient on a heparin drip. So in order for this drip to work, it's got to be dosed on the body weight of the patient. So me and my 187-pound self will be different from your however much you weigh, because it's going to be based on the amount of weight of the patient. So therefore, it is a weight-based problem. So when you see this problem, you know that you need a weight. So your PPP, your patient's weight, you need your prescription, and you need the product. What's the concentration of the medicine that's in the bag? Now you see that B word, and I'm not talking about, it's bolus, right? This one right here, it be having y'all scared, but I don't want you to be scared, because you'll see it many, many times. And once you're a nurse on the floor, you're going to be like, why was I scared of this? A bolus is just a big one-time administration of either fluid or medication or tube feeding, right? So it's just one instance that it's given. So with this medicine, it's got to be at a certain level in the blood. So we know that we're going to have to draw labs. Does anybody know what type of lab we draw when a patient is on heparin? While y'all are thinking about that, and put it in the comments, right? The bolus job is to get this heparin in the bloodstream at a level that is going to keep your patient from what? Having the clots, right? It affects the bleed time. So you're going to do one big shoop. And then your drip is what's going to go continuously hour after hour to maintain it at a level. And then you're going to take, okay, let's see. Okay, blue top. Okay, I see a blue top. All right. And thank you for the compliment. Ready to go. So, okay. So you're going to test a APTT, which is your partial prodromal blasting time. I don't know the long name of it, but APTT or an anti-XA. Okay, those are the two tests that you can test for with heparin. So your INR and your PT, that is with your Coumadin, your warfarin. Okay, so and it does go in the blue top when you draw it up, right? So you're gonna test your levels every 6 hours to make sure that they're getting enough, and that is not too less of a level or too much of a level, because if you don't have enough, they're going to clot. If you have too much, they're going to bleed out. So it's very, very important. It's a very sensitive drug. It is a very critical drug. Okay. And you can give this on a medical surgical floor. So it is important. All right. Boom. All right. So. This is what this means. So like I said, it's important to know what the question is asking and what's in the question, so you can kind of figure out what it is you're looking for. So we're going to draw up the bolus to give to this patient to get that drug in the level that's good. Okay. Then your drip is going to maintain it. So it says that we need to give a bolus of 3,500. So our bolus, we are going to be looking for how many milliliters to give because it is in a vial that's labeled heparin 2000. Yeah, 2000 units per milliliter. So we need to see how many milliliters to take and draw up and shoot into the IV, okay? So we're looking for milliliters. And then the drip, we're looking for milliliter per hour because it's got to go on an infusion pump, all right? Never via gravity, okay? So we're looking for 3,500 units, and we have 2,000 units per ml. So you can either do desired over half, if that's what you want, or we can set it up like the same way that we've been setting up dimensional analysis problems all night. We start with what we're looking for. So we'll do ml over 2,000 units times 3,500 units over 1. Units crosses out. So it's at 3,500 divided by 2,000 is going to be 1.75. All right, rounding time. If we were to round this to the nearest tenth, what would our answer be? Lisa, is this fundamental of dosage calc? I think you're trying to mix two classes together. It's just dosage calculations. So not fundamentals of nursing, but just dosage calculations. And you can see dosage calc throughout the whole program, honestly. Okay, so if we're rounding this to the nearest tenth, remember you go to the place that it tells you to round to. So this is the tenth, and you go to the right. So you round right. So it's 5. So this is going to be 1.8 because that number that you're rounding, it goes up to the next digit if it's 5 and above. Okay. So if we were to round it to the nearest whole number, then it would be 2. Okay. So that's the bolus. That's the bolus. That's it. Okay. And you finna get blocked because every time I come on here, you be talking about, I never used dosage calculations. You don't have to use this, baby. I was just on paper charting. Okay. So I was at a facility where we were affected by the cyber attack. And we've been on paper charting for 3 weeks. It is crazy how many people do not know how to write a complete order, how to calculate things. Like we are on a override system, meaning that all of the drugs that are in the Pyxis, we have to get them overwritten. So if you've got a medicine and it's more than what you need to pull out, you will have to use the dosage calculation to figure out how much to give, how many pills to give, how many milliliters to give. So it is not true. You positively do need dosage calculations in your in your nursing career. And so she come on here, whoever, he, she, whoever, bye. Because she said that person ain't even a nurse. Yeah, they gone now, so they can't even see it unless they make another account. All right, so boom. That was the bolus part. That was easy, wasn't it? Right? You were just looking for milliliters. So don't be afraid when you see words or terms or anything that you don't know and that you're not familiar with. Don't let that get you off of your game because you know how to do stuff, okay? So now we will do our milliliter per hour. So PPP, right? Patient's weight is 252 pounds. 19 units per kilogram per hour is our prescription. And then our product is 40,000 units in a 1,000 ml bag. Okay. Whew. Don't got me riled up. All right. So boom. What are we looking for? We're looking for milliliters on the top and hours on the bottom, right? So we'll do 1,000 mLs over 40,000 units. And I'll show y'all how to do the desired over halfway with this one too. So 40,000 units. All right, boom. So now we got 19 units per kilogram per hour. Your units crosses out. And now we've got kilogram an hour, right? So we need to get rid of the kilograms. So 1 kg is 2.2 pounds. Kgs crosses out. And now you're left with pounds. So that's 252 pounds. And they cross out and everything is gone except for milliliter per hour. Krishana said, bye. Yes, I couldn't take it no more. Cause every time that I'm on, like, why are you here? You don't even need this. You're not gonna do this. Okay, baby. Okay. Okay then. Okay. So I've got 54.49. Okay. Rounding time. If we were to round this to the nearest whole number, what would our answer be? Y'all, thank you for the gifts. I haven't even seen all these gifts come through. Like, oh my gosh. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh man. So the nearest whole number. How do we know the unit we're looking for? Okay, so on questions like these, right. You said that's just my husband. He's crazy. Oh, okay then. What? Okay, so on questions like these, it says IV pump. That is going to be Blue's Clues to use milliliter per hour. So a pump, an IV pump, infusion device, those words will trigger you to know, hey, milliliter per hour. If they have a drop factor that's in there, and they ask you to find the rate, it's going to be the drop per minute. Okay. Well, thank you, Danny Danny Bobani. Appreciate it. Thank you. You're welcome, Lisa. Okay. All right. Oh, where was I? Okay. I said I was going to do this the desired over halfway. I forgot that quick. Okay. So if you want to know how to do this desired over half, what you would do, because the first part was kind of self-explanatory. You know, you have your desire, you have your half, boom. So if you want to do the weight-based part with desire over half, you would first address the weight. So you'll do your 252 divided by 2.2. And that's 114.54 kgs. Then you take your weight and you multiply it times your order. So that's 19 units. Oh, that was so country. Oh my gosh, I need to get out the South. Ah! All right, so 114.54 times 19 is going to be 2176.26 units. This is not milligrams, because you can't measure heparin in milligrams. You measure it in units, okay? So that is going to be your half. So you have, well, your desire, sorry. You desire 2,176.26 units. You then have 40,000 units in 1,000 milliliters. So that times 1,000 divided by 40,000, and it comes out to the same thing, that 54.4. Okay. So more than one way to answer. So if you feel like, oh, okay, I like dimensional analysis, I'm not getting it though. If you have a way, stick with it. But you know what? Choose one. Don't be trying to mix them together. Because I see people who get that and they try to, flip flop. Do it one way. That's the only way that you're going to get better at these problems. You do it one way, you do it the same way every single time. And then it becomes familiar to you, and you get better at it. Okay. Yes. So I appreciate everybody who has studied with me tonight. That's all I have for tonight. I'm going to end the live on YouTube, and it will be a